Hi guys, I'm sorry about the squeaking. She does this every time. Also, I'm sorry if I'm talking funny and my face is still swollen. As you guys know, I got my wisdom teeth out. Today is like the only day where I think I'm able to talk for a long period of time, but I probably sound really weird. This side of my face is the side that was swollen really bad, but obviously I didn't film it, but it's still pretty swollen, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be filming my paranormal FAQ answers, and there's like 40 something questions. Sorry that I'm looking down there because that's where the computer is, obviously. But yes, I'm just going to go ahead, film them, answer them. I'm going to try and say the usernames and stuff, but yeah. So the first one is from Caro Marie, I don't know, and it says, do you get scared when something paranormal happens to you? And I like your makeup. Thanks. And I do get scared. It really depends on really the situation and what I've experienced. Yeah, it depends, but I'm a massive scaredy cat, so yeah, I do get scared. To help, Natalie said, I like your makeup. Thank you. Nay okay said, I have no idea what this video was about. I was too distracted by Ali doing the backstroke in the background until like 4.5 minutes in. Yeah, she's pretty distracting. Ha. Beauty by Kitty said, I was watching a video on Kyle and Jackie O, and they went to the Monte Cristo homestead, which is apparently Australia's most haunted house. Have you ever been there, or if not, would you like to go somewhere like that? I've never been there. I've never even heard of it, but I've always wanted to go to the quarantine station at Manly, because that's meant to be really, really haunted, and Ghost Hunters International actually went there, and there's an episode where they went there and they experienced crazy shit, and I know a few people that have been there, and every single person that I've spoken to that went there has had an experience. Like, it is meant to be fucking mental, and I've been putting off going because there's like, once you're over 18, for some reason you can go on like a more amazing tours, so I think I want to go, but no one that I know wants to go with me. But yeah, that's in Manly in Sydney, so I really want to go to that. Audrina141 said, hello, we talked on Twitter, my name is blah blah blah. Hi, I know who she is. I wanted to ask you, is paranormal experiences something that just happens to some people, not others, or can you make paranormal experience, I suppose, come to you? Hopefully that makes sense. I hope you see it. Thank you. I feel like the more open, this is my personal experience anyway, I feel like the more open you are to it, the chances are it's probably going to happen. Like, I've been brought up in a house where, I mean, technically I think I'm like Anglican. I think that's my religion. I don't know. I was baptized or christened. I have no fucking idea. But anyway, that's not the point. My mum's always been like, she's always just allowed me to believe whatever I want to believe. I got into like paranormal stuff when I was quite young. In my first Ouija board experiences, I think I told you about this guy James that I used to be friends with. Him and I were like into it big time. We always used to like research on the internet, and I feel like the more you look into it, the more you research it, the more open you are to it happening. So I feel like if you experience something, you're more inclined to be like, oh, that was paranormal, as opposed to someone who does not believe in it whatsoever. If something paranormal happened to them, they probably would just pass it off as being something else, if that makes sense. So hope that answers your question. Priscilla said, your eyeliner accentuates your eyes, very pretty, greetings from California. Thank you, that's nice. Other makeup girl 124 said, do you feel that you're sensitive towards the paranormal, or in other words, do you think you're a slight magnet to paranormal activity, meaning that you attract it? Love from New York. I feel like I am a little bit more sensitive, just because like I experience a lot of things. I don't know. It comes in waves. I've said this in another video, so there'll be times where I experience absolutely nothing, and there'll be times where I experience things all the time. But I do feel like I am somewhat of a magnet, I suppose. I don't know. Double Vision said, ha, the subtitles are so funny to read because it's just a bunch of nonsense that does not match what you were saying at all. I always do that. If I'm really bored, I go into like a video and click captions, and it's like half of the words aren't even, like, I totally get what you mean, because I do that all the time. Brizzle Stick said, lol, cute dog. What kind of dog is she? She is a Maltese Shih Tzu Jack Russell. She's a mutt. But yeah, I love her. Lauren Kalisha, I don't know, said, what is the scariest ghost you've ever seen? I've been asked this a few times in these comments, so my scariest ghost experience overall, I have two. First one would be when I was walking alley down the back and I had a little girl talk to me and she was like, I'm right in front of you, but I couldn't see her. And another thing is when I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and I turned and there was like a man standing next to my bed and his head was back and he was like laughing and he was glowing. It scared the absolute bejesus out of me. So they're the two scariest experiences I've ever had. Slice to Ribbon said, have you ever had an experience with something demonic or another term for that kind of activity, or heard about someone who has? Tell us about it. I never have, and I don't think anyone that I know ever has either. Sorry. Yeah, no. Sorry. Wonder Years 96 said, your thoughts on ghost hunting shows such as Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, etc. I love them, except, what's the one that I don't like? Most Haunted, that show is full of shit. That's like the UK show. That show is totally full of shit. They never have like evidence and they always claim that they're being possessed and stuff, but they never have evidence of it. But Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures are my absolute favourite. I love them so much. Sorry if I'm like not answering your specific question. A lot of them are doubled up, like what's your scariest experience, so I've already answered that, so I'm not gonna like answer that again. Saint Hannah, I don't know, said, love the liner and you, thank you. Has being able to talk to your grandma changed you in any way? What was your view of the paranormal when you were young? Do you believe in heaven and hell? Okay. Being able to talk to her has changed me because I was only 8 when she died. And so I don't remember her as much as what I'd like to, and the only memories that I have of her is from photos that I've seen. Does that make sense? And I know 8 isn't really that young, but I don't know, I just feel like I did have a relationship with her obviously, but like I don't remember her like she would remember me or my mum would remember her or whatever. So I feel like it's good because now I can talk to her, and I don't know, it's just nice. But it's just changed me because I just feel like I can continue the relationship that I had with her before she died. What was your view of the paranormal when you were young? Like I said, I've experienced stuff since I was probably about 3 or 4, so I've kind of it's always been there. But when I was younger and I would experience stuff, I didn't know that it was paranormal stuff. Do you know what I mean? Just because I was so young, it's just always happened. So I've just kind of always experienced it, if that makes sense. And do you believe in heaven and hell? I don't know. Like, I would like to think that there is a place that you go to, like, I don't know. The thought of it is really comforting, but I don't know. I'm on the fence with like religion and stuff. I honestly don't know what I believe. LZ73 said, have you ever considered something paranormal related as your profession or career? I haven't, except I got a tarot card reading like, I think 2-3 years ago, I can't remember, it was a while ago, and she said that I should start well actually this is the reason why I bought the tarot card deck that I gave away in my giveaway to Stevie. She said to me that she could see me like reading tarot cards and stuff as my profession, so I can't be bothered trying to learn the tarot cards. I don't know, I think it would be cool to be like in a ghost hunters team. You guys know what I mean, like how they go and do that stuff. I don't think I could make a job out of it though, but I think it would be an awesome hobby. I should look into that actually. Abby said, what can you do if you think something is paranormal but aren't sure? I usually try, before when I experience things, I always try and rationalize it first. So I'm like, okay, was it the wind? Was it Ali? Because like I've got a dog, sometimes I hear weird shit and then I'm like, oh, it's her. Was it someone else? Like, was it the pipes? Was it the house creaking? Like, try and rationalize things before, and usually, like, I try and debunk things. They do that on Ghost Hunters, which I think is really good. And if you go through every possibility that it could have been something and you can't find a reason to why it happened, then usually I would say it's paranormal. That's just my experience. Laura Jane 332 said, what's been your favorite paranormal experience? That's really tough. I don't know. I don't have like a favorite one. That's a really good question. I have no idea, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. Do you ever get scared? Yes, I do. And she said, I love your videos. Thank you. Allison145 has 2 questions. First one is, do you ever wish you weren't sensitive to the paranormal, or are you glad that you experience things? I go through stages, not so much now, but because when I was younger I did experience things occasionally, and then I didn't for a number of years. I went without experiencing anything, and then when it started all up again, it used to scare the shit out of me, and I used to be like, why me, and I would like spend nights crying in bed. My mum would be like sitting on the bed with me, and I'd be bawling my eyes out, and I'd be like, why me, I don't want to experience this, why. But as I've gotten older, I've just kind of learnt to accept it and learnt to deal with it. So I just feel like it comes with age, that I've just learnt to accept it. But at first, I wished so bad that I didn't experience it. And her second question is, what is your first ever paranormal experience, if you remember? I do remember, and this is when I was like 3 or 4. And I basically used to just see like this shadow figure, and he was it was a guy. Don't ask me how I know, but he had like a wide brimmed hat and a cloak, but it was just like a black outline, if that makes sense. And I would see it, like, say I'd look at a corner of something, I'd see it like pop its head out, like if I looked at a tree or whatever. But the very first experience I ever remember having of that happening was, we used to live in this townhouse, and upstairs there was a hallway, and the bathroom was in the middle of the hallway, and I would be in the bath and I'd see it dart across. So that's the first experience that I can remember, and I was like 3 or 4. Hold on, I need a drink. My mouth is hurting. Hold on. Is it bad that I'm drinking water out of a Coca-Cola cup? Is that like even allowed? I don't think it is. Summer Indy said, how could you contact or talk to a loved one who recently died other than a Ouija board? You can go to psychics, and some of them are like, I don't know what the word is, like clairvoyant, where they can like contact your loved ones. So you can always look into that. That's an option that you can do. Yeah, I had that done once when it was a number of years ago, but one of my really good friends passed away when I was in year 5, and I think it was maybe when I was like in year 8 or year 9, I was having a lot of strange activity with like the lights and stuff in my house. I made a video on that kind of activity, but that wasn't that was another thing. But anyway, so like my light would always blow and it'd always flicker and stuff, and I went to a psychic, and she said, oh, it's Daniel, the friend of mine who passed away, just letting you know that he's there, blah blah blah, he said this, he said that. So if you go to a good psychic or like a good clairvoyant, they can usually, you can ask them to talk to whoever has passed away, so that's an option. Jodie Charlotte Taylor said she has 4 questions. Do you believe in aliens? Yes. I don't necessarily believe in like the we come in peace like aliens, but I mean, I feel like it's really small-minded to think that we are the only people in the whole freaking universe, because like we don't even know how big the universe is, so I don't know. Her second question is, have you ever had a lucid dream? No, I haven't, which is pretty upsetting because I think it would be awesome. And for those of you that don't know what lucid dreaming is, it's basically when you're like aware that you're dreaming so you can control your dream. It is possible to do, but I've just never experienced it. What's the worst paranormal story you've ever heard? I don't know. I've got no idea. I don't know like the worst one I've ever heard. Oh, well actually, one of my really good friends, one of my best friends, I've talked about her in a few of my other videos. She is like super sensitive. Like you think my experiences are crazy, hers are like 10 times worse. But once she was at school and she looked in the doorway and she just saw like feet, and they were like someone of dark skin, I don't know how to say that, you guys know what I mean, and they were like all bloody, but she only saw feet. That is pretty creepy. And at what age did you start to realize you're experiencing paranormal activity? Well, oh shit, I just lost where I was. God damn it. Okay, I found it. Like I said, I experienced stuff from when I was younger, but I don't really know how old I was when it finally clicked and I was like, oh, that's what I'm experiencing. I suppose it would be probably around when I got the internet, or I don't know, I think it was like, I don't know, I was probably 10 or 11, because I remember I used to look on sites and I remember I'd be reading people's experiences and I'd be like, holy shit, that's like mine. So it was probably like 10 or 11 when I actually realized what I was experiencing was something, if that makes sense. Grave Rose Girl said, what is your favorite YouTuber? I don't have like one. I am subscribed to like 200 people, so I can't tell you just one. Asian Horror Freak 1 said, have you ever encountered anything during the daytime? If you have, then what was it? A lot of the experiences I have are during the day. Like, it's not like, oh, it's pitch black and I experience this. Like, a lot of the time my experiences happen during the day. So if you want to go through my paranormal videos and listen to my experiences, probably half of them have happened during the day. So the Eel Love said, have you ever thought you were just hearing things, or even thought you were mentally ill? Because some of the stuff you've told is pretty damn scary. Love your videos though. Thanks. I have, like, because I'm the kind of person that sees things more than I hear things. There's like special words. It's like clairvoyance, clairaudience. I don't know. That's like typical words for them. But I don't hear things as much as I see things. So when I started hearing things, I was like, what? Am I hearing things? What was that? But now I just kind of like realize that it's all just one thing. So yeah. Phantom of the Hummus, that's funny, said, what, if any, religious beliefs do you hold, and how are those beliefs affected, challenged, or influenced by your sensitivity to the paranormal? Well, I don't have any like religious beliefs, but there was a few years where I went to youth group, which is just basically like church but for like younger people, so they make it more fun. And when I went there, I had a lot of trouble kind of understanding, because I'm the kind of person that I need tangible evidence. Does that make sense? So like, I could say to you right now, I'm holding $100 note in my hand, but you can't see it. And you're going to be like to me, bullshit, show me. That's the kind of person I am. Like, I need to see something for, do you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. So anyway, when I went there, I would say to them like, oh, you know, well, what about this? And I'd be like, well, what if you see this? What if you experience this? And they just all brushed it off and they're like, it's demonic, it's the devil, blah, 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 blah. So I just feel like it didn't really coincide with what I was believing. So I, at the moment, don't really, there's a word for it and I can't remember what it is. I don't know what my beliefs are. I'm not atheist. I do believe there is something, but I don't know what it is. So I don't, have any like really religious beliefs, but I tried and it just wasn't for me. And they also said, have you ever had contact from a loved one who has passed without the use of a Ouija board? I have. I mentioned this, it was when Mum and I were moving. We heard my grandmother say something, I can't remember what it was, but we heard her voice. And a lot of the time I kind of just, I'll just like get a sense that my grandma is around or someone's around, but I've never had anything like crazy happen, if that makes sense. But I don't know. Anna Loves Makeup said, your dog is getting annoying now. Excuse me, she is never annoying, she's cute. I don't even know what you're talking about. Nikki and Anna Show said, I like your eyeliner, it's really nice on you, and is it true that the younger you are, the more sensitive, then when you get older it goes away? Because I used to hear voices and I stopped hearing them when I was 8 or 9. I have heard that before. I think it is true. I've heard like 2 reasons to why that is. The first one is the younger you are, the more inclined you are to have experiences because you haven't yet learned what is real and what isn't, if that makes sense. Like, you still believe in Santa and the Tooth Fairy and stuff, which obviously isn't real, but sorry if you're watching this and you're like 5, but Santa's not real. No, but do you guys know what I mean? So like, the younger you are, you haven't yet been able to comprehend between reality and what's not reality, so you're more inclined to hear and see things. Also, I've heard the younger you are and the older you are, you're more inclined to experience things because you're so close to the other side. So when you're young, you've just kind of been born in however many years, and when you're old, you're going to die, so you've got like a tie to the other side, if that makes sense. So I don't know. The OMG Bertie Dayable said, have you had any paranormal experiences lately? I have, and I'm gonna make a video about it after this one, maybe. I don't know. 32 Now Polish said, what is your favorite paranormal show to watch and why? If you don't have one, which one do you think is the most legit? My 2 top ones all the time, always, forever, are Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters, and Ghost Hunters International. They are like the most legit ones. Most Haunted is bullshit. Don't even bother watching that at all because it's bullshit. But yeah, Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures are my favorite. Weird Team X said, if something paranormal happens, what do you do? I tend to just sit there freaking out and not moving an inch. If I woke up one day to see a figure standing beside my bed, what am I going to do? Please answer. It creeps me out not knowing what to do. If you don't like experiencing things, you can say like, I don't want to experience things anymore, please don't show yourself to me, I don't want to see you, blah 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 blah. You can do that, or you can just completely ignore it, or if you do want to continue experiencing things but you just don't like being scared by them, just say out loud that I do not wish to be scared by you, don't do things that scare me, whatever. But I don't know, like, I can't really talk because I still get scared, so I'm not really one to give advice, but there are a few options for you that you could take if you wanted. Tammy V 1966 said, wisdom tooth out, that hurts as bad as having a baby, lol, sedation is good for that. Good luck, you are so adorable, eyeliner looks great. Thanks. Yeah, actually, I've had women tell me that have had babies that getting 2 wisdom teeth out is just as bad as having a baby with no medication, and I've had 4 wisdom teeth out, so I am fucking prepared to have a baby. Not really, but like, hands down, this is the worst pain. Not right now because it's not too bad, but my wisdom teeth, getting them out was the worst pain I ever felt in my entire life. Not actually getting them out because I was numbed, but the pain after it. Like, I was on the strongest painkillers that you can have without being like on morphine in hospital. I am on the strongest painkillers, and they didn't even make the pain go away, they just took the edge off it, so it was not fun to say the least. And now I'm still swollen, and all I can eat is like mush because like I have stitches and holes in my mouth, and even all my other back teeth are really sore from just all the stuff that they did in my mouth. So yeah. And the last question is from R.E. Animal. Question, could you recommend some paranormal YouTube channels? Well, I don't really watch any, but you all know Graveyard Girl Bunny, except she doesn't really do paranormal videos anymore, but if you want to watch paranormal videos, you can go back. I'll put her link below. And Beauty Creep, her name is Erin. I'll put her link below as well. She does occasionally, sometimes paranormal videos, but I don't really have any channels that I'm like, woo, paranormal, but you can always just like go into one of my videos and look in like the related searches on the side, or you could just type it in on YouTube and I'm sure something would come up. So yeah, I hope that I answered your questions for you. I tried. Once again, sorry that I'm like swollen and have a lisp more so than usual and whatever, I'm sorry. So I'm going to go now and I'm going to film like my latest paranormal experiences, but I hope you guys like this video, and all my links to like Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, everything will be down below. So hope you guys are doing awesome, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.